A sensational comeback from Manchester United, not once, but twice against Aston Villa in the Carabao Cup tonight. It looked a little bit precarious. It looked a little bit nervy with an early goal in the second half from Watkins. United responded within 19 seconds, courtesy of Bruno Fernandes and ice-cold Anthony Martial. But then some poor defending from Lindelof for the second time in a few games, standing off. A ball hit to the back post. Leon Bailey gets his head on it. Delo should have left it, and it's an own goal. And you think, can we come from behind again? Man United went into another gear. Eriksen and Garnacho came on, and the game changed. As soon as Donny Lightweight Van der Beek left the field of play, there was another level to Manchester United's game. Rashford, first of all, with the perseverance, gets that equalising goal. Brilliant pressing of the back line of Aston Villa leads to Bruno Fernandes getting his goal. The first time in a long while that Bruno Fernandes has got a double GA within a game. And that gives United the lead. Of course, assisted there from Garnacho. And then there was just a masterful, classy, beautiful, elegant performance from young Alessandro Garnacho. A lot of hype, a lot of anticipation, but he is a class and special talent. A long way to go to Philly's potential, but this boy is dangerous. This boy is special. And the pass to set up Scott McTominay at the end was nothing short of world class. The pass was world class. Inch perfect. Cut every single player out. What an assist. McTominay deserves credit for scoring, yes, but that goal, just like a KDB cross, just like a classic Steven Gerrard cross, just like a David Beckham cross, it was of that level and ilk. And to do it against Premier League opposition as well really bodes well for this young man. Scored in his last start in the Europa League, 2 assists after coming on today. An excellent performance from that young man. And Manchester United go through to the next level. And as a few of you are saying in the comments, still lost 3-1 in the league. We did. And I criticized Man United for that. Today, though, we won the game. And we bounced back through adversity today. And the manager we've had a few games recently where I don't think the substitutions were the right choice from the manager. Tonight, he got things spot on. He made them at the right times. When he brought on Elanga, Garnacho, and Eriksen, 62 minutes on the clock, it was a response to Buendia and Leon Bailey coming on. And we just conceded, and it took us less than 5 minutes to get back into the game. We looked a little bit flaky in that first half. I wasn't impressed with Lindelof and Maguire again at the back. Very shaky indeed. Donny van der Beek, very poor. Dubravka made more passes in the first half than he did. Those changes needed to come. It was an eye-opener for where the squad needs improvement. But Man United have had problems this year when it comes to those attacking positions. Until we sign a star striker, Anthony Martial's fitness is absolutely key for Manchester United. We move the ball better. We play better. We perform better with him in the team, in this system, over Cristiano Ronaldo. But young Alessandro Garnacho, he needs game time. He needs game time. This boy is on fire right now, and he could be a new Man United wonder kid. Let's not overblow it. We know there's a lot of hard work, the right attitude, the right determination needed every single day in training and out on that football pitch. But you could see John McGinn, you could see Ashley Young absolutely petrified when he was running at them. Inside, outside, brave play from him. Could have scored as well. Good block from Chambers, no doubt. But this is a young man with the world at his feet. You know, with the world at his feet. Garnacho looks very, very quality indeed. And I know a lot of people won't like hearing that, but it's the absolute truth. And I will say this, in the 3.5 games he started, 3.5 games recently that he started and come on as a sub in, I've seen him do more than Donny van der Beek in 3 years. There's no shadow of a doubt. And more than, think about the academy players that come through. This kid is showing the academy players, this is what you have to do when you get your chance. Prove you are good enough. If you are good enough, you are old enough. And for me, he's part of the main team now. He's part of that main team now. He really is. Where is the Bruno haters at? Please stand up. Yeah, listen, Bruno had to play on that right-hand side tonight. Again, he came more alive when he came central. But I'm going to say this, and I'm going to say this very candidly. No more comparisons to Donny van der Beek. Bruno Fernandes is 110% clear of Donny van der Beek. There is no comparison between the two players. Donny van der Beek, good technically, but he is a cream puff. He's a lightweight. He is not built for this league. He is not built for football at the tempo and velocity that we play it at. Bruno Fernandes is. Simple, unadulterated facts. I thought Donny for Ajax, I've seen Donny play for the Netherlands, very talented, just not here. Also couldn't do it at Everton either. He is not a Premier League footballer. His style, his physique is better suited elsewhere on the continent. Top class technician, no one is taking that away from him, but not, I repeat, not a Premier League player. And in my humble opinion, I don't think he ever will be. I really, really don't. Let's do some more of your comments here. United only moved to catch him on the break. Well, this is the thing. The reason why Man United had to move to catch them on the break today is because Unai Emery was demonstrating the art of the mid block. So not a high line, not a low block where you sit back and become hard to break down. The only real option in that mid block for us with Donny van der Beek in that 10 role was to try and switch the ball out wide on the wings and look for the ball over the top. That isn't catching on the break. That's catching the mid block out. The problem we had in the first half was two things. One, the execution of those passes were not good enough at times. They were overhit, undercooked, or hit too late, and players had run offside on a number of occasions. There was also a few moments where there was some like third man runs from deep, and McTominay and Fred on the ball just do not have the vision that your Brunos and your Christian Eriksen's and Casemiro's have on the ball. They didn't pick the balls out. In the second half, yes, we got caught cold and conceded. But as soon as we were playing those balls in right, as soon as the passes past that mid block were working, they were taken apart. So it was the mid block, and we played through it. We weren't catching them on the break. We were overloading the mid block. Pretty simple strategy, really. That's what you do to a mid block. It's hard to pass through. Watching Maguire play shows me that he shouldn't have started. Pickford, Trippier, White, Stones, Shaw, Rice, Bellingham, Holden, Rashford, Saka, and Kane. Yeah, I thought Maguire was average beyond belief tonight. Very much massively at fault for that first goal. Yes, there was a handball in the build-up, but he stopped again. He did that weird stretching back thing with his foot trying to get the ball, and it was shocking. Let's just have it right. It was shocking. Garnacho over that bum Sancho. We should sell. We should sell Don't and Sancho in January. You mean Donny? I think you mean Donny. Sell Donny and Sancho in January. Listen, look, Sancho had a good start to the season. There is still a potential player in there for Manchester United. But listen, Garnacho is going to take that right-hand side. When Anthony's back on that right, that's his position. For me right now, I prefer Garnacho on the left to Rashford because he goes at players. And do you know what it does? The reason Rashford comes alive in the middle when Garnacho's there is because he's a winger. He's more of a winger than he is an inside forward that wants to score. So you drag players out. What happens when what happens when your left back gets dragged out? Your centre back has to move across, or a centre back has to come back. What that does is it creates space in the middle. So I really like it. And Rashford with a little bit more space can be dangerous. So yeah, listen, Garnacho starting on the regular for me now. He has to. Baz here says Sancho was never pursued by other top clubs for a reason. Is what's said there. Maguire doesn't take responsibility in his play. He's getting worse. It's terrible. I feel bad for him out of his depth. Look, I'm hoping that he has a brilliant World Cup. And in January, somebody wants to buy him. That is what I'm hoping for. And I am getting a lot of stick on Twitter right now because I did share this picture on Twitter a little bit earlier. And I asked where are the haters at? Because over 4,000 people voted on this a few hours ago, and they voted that nearly 50% of the vote was Aston Villa to win, with 12% of the vote for Villa to win on penalties. So you're talking nigh on 60% of this vote expected Aston Villa to beat Manchester United tonight. So yes, where are the haters at? Let's be Avenue. Let's be seeing you. Because I know if we would have gone out tonight, there'd be a lot more people watching this now, giving it Billy Big Balls. But you're not here now. You're licking your wounds. And look, I'm happy to remain in this competition. I said it last night when Liverpool, when some Arsenal fans, a very small amount, and lots of Tottenham fans were kind of, oh, it doesn't matter. It's not that big a competition. We focus on the league. Yeah, I want to focus on the league and I want to focus on this competition. I really do. Yes, there's going to be another game a day or so after the World Cup finishes. But I look at it this way. What a great opportunity to, again, you won't play your first team in that match. Bit of a rotation for that. Gets everybody, depends who you get drawn against. What I'd love is a nice home tie against one of the lesser teams left in the competition. A nice little, essentially, a competitive friendly before we go back to league football again. But I want to be in this competition. My club hasn't won a trophy in 5 years. And for a club that spends what we spend on players and salary, that is 110% unacceptable at all times. And any fan of any top 6 club that is happy to go out of cup competitions, I think you need to reassess. You need to reassess your standards for the game. Alex Williams here says it was good to be able to celebrate goals without fearing VAR would intervene. I'm not going to lie. Yes, for our goals, but when they scored, I was desperate for VAR. When you concede goals, VAR is like a little friend. Oh, maybe it's going to help us here. But it was great when the goal went in and you heard the flags down. You could just relax and you knew it was a goal. So yeah, I totally get where you're coming from, Alec. I felt that tonight, especially when our goals were going in. I'm sure Villa fans felt the same about theirs. First half was boring. Second half was electric. I thought Rashford's aggressiveness started it. Thought Malacia and Bruno and Nacho play well. Even that Eric Ten Hag brought on changes. I love the mentality to get fourth. Listen, I think, look, if we went out and bought in January, and if the likes of Tottenham and Liverpool and Chelsea are still performing how they are right now, there potentially is an opportunity for Manchester United, but we need more of what we got in the second half and not what we've been getting in the Premier League of late. That is going to be absolutely key for Manchester United moving forward. 6 years without a trophy at United. Well, this will be the 6th year if we don't win one this season, Osman. But yes, 6 years without a trophy for us. 10 years without a Premier League. You look at Arsenal, it's what? 3 years without a trophy? Nearly 20 years without a Prem, and of course 100 and something odd years without a Champions League. So you obviously feel the same pain as us, my friend. Absolutely. So I totally get your comment there. I'm going to be bringing out Dizzy and KJ very, very soon to chat with us. Terry, I think we might have to convert Rashford to a number 9, compare him to Nunes or Osimhen, and look at his goals. He needs to work on his ruthless finishing, but he's being coached and improving Rashi at 9 over left wing. Do you know what I think with Rashi as a striker? I think Rashi can play well if he's got... I would love to see Rashford play. I don't think we've ever seen this. Maybe a few games with Zlatan. Rashford playing off another number 9 that can hold the ball up. That is, I think, where Rashford would come alive. He really would. But equally, if you're going to have Rashford on that in the central areas, you can't have inside forwards that want to come in, both that want to come in and score. You need some creators in the wide places to spread the play, to create the space that allows the Rashfords and the Brunos to flourish. There's no doubt that, when Ronaldo's not in the team and we've got creators on the wide areas, Bruno comes alive as well. And this is what Ten Hag has got to get right. He's got to get the right players in the right positions, not the names, not the stars, but the right players that get the best out of the said individuals that he wants to keep. I meant the 4th goal, Terry. Love that mentality. Sorry, I thought you meant getting 4th in the league. I apologize. Yeah, listen, get that 4th goal was nice because I know what every single one of you Man United fans felt. Oh, that's what you felt. That is what you felt. There's no doubt about it. You did, because I felt it. We all felt it. And rivals, what the rivals did is the rivals went, oh, that's what everybody did. And yeah, listen, it was a very, very good night for Man United. No doubt about it whatsoever. Bailey needs to be banned for that kick out. Well, do you know what's really interesting? Everybody was calling for Lisandro Martinez to be sent off for the so-called elbow. There was no elbow. It didn't really hurt him at all. That's what that needle was for tonight. You will not get a media outlet. You will not get a newspaper. You will not get a journalist talk about it outside of Man United's little space because there's no story in it. Equally, I wouldn't ban him personally. It was a little kick out. It's not going to hurt the player. Do you know what I mean? I think that I understand they don't want violence in football. I feel like when you put your head on someone, I feel like a little push in the face. I feel like a little kick out. These shouldn't be red cards. I understand it's ill-disciplined. Should be a red card if you punch someone in the mouth. But I think that level of contact, just laugh at him. You're going out the cup, mate. You're going out the cup. We're going to finish above you in the league. Yes, you beat us at your home stadium, but well done. That is your cup final, Aston Villa. That is your cup final. Well done. Well done. I wouldn't even think about it anymore. You know, they beat us in the league. We dumped them out the cup. There we go. We all move on from that point. KJ and Dizzy joining me now on the show. I'm just got to get the right backdrop on that I want. That's the one. Boys, welcome back. Welcome back. We get a win today. We get a win. Chat to me, boys.
Good win. It was a good win.
Stressful.
Stressful.
Do you know what it was? It was a good evening.
It was. Hey, it was a good. We finally have a good evening against flipping Emery, man. This guy's been a thorn on our side for too long. But yeah, first half, scrappy and horrible, and it just shows the lack of depth that we've got. I'm sorry to all the fanboys of Donny van der Beek, but I'm calling him Donny van der Seek because I play hide and seek with this brother all game because I'm trying to find where he is and what he's doing. He is wonderful at football. He is, but not in the Premier League. Like, go back to Ajax, go to Spain, Italy, go somewhere that suits your style, my brother, because in this league, in this team, he is not it. He is not it, unfortunately. Eriksen coming on changed the game. Garnacho coming on changed the game. Rashford in the center changed the game. Bruno in his natural position changed the game. So Donny van der Beek is taking up space in the first team. Drop him to the bench. Let him come on and see if we can do something. And then let everyone else play. But besides the negatives of Donny van der Beek and Maguire and Lindelof, who again, Lindelof backing up like a backup dancer. I told you he's a stripper. All he does is strip down for the opposition and let them do what they want to him every single time. But Garnacho is a special kid. He is a special kid. When I first saw him, I did not know if his game, his play style would apply to the men's game. It's easy to run past young kids around your age. It's easy to do that. He has come in and he looks like he's been here for a good year, a good season, 2 seasons in the men's football game. What he's doing is wonderful to see. That assist for Scott McTominay. Beautiful. And we're expecting that from our first team attackers, and we're not getting that. So for him to come in and do that, I am so happy with him. And this is what I'm saying. Please, Manchester United, please protect this boy. Protect this boy. Get the right people around him. Make sure he's doing the right things. Make sure his attitude is correct. Please do not let him turn out like the last one. The last star boy we had. Look how that happened. We need the right people around this kid because I do believe we've got a special talent there. He just needs the right mentality, the right mentoring, and game time. With those 3 things, he will go far.
Listen, what I would say very briefly about that, it's highly unlikely to have 2 deviants, scumbags that come through your academy like that. They're very, you know, you look at the populace of people that are that terribly behaved. It's a very, very minute member of the population. To have 2 in the space of a few years in your club probably won't happen. On the talent, this kid, like, he's probably got more than Greenwood in terms of not from a finishing point of view, but he's got like the passing range, can go on the inside and the outside. And I think that pass tonight, my favorite bit will be what rivals think. It will be, okay, we've seen him dribble, we've seen some step overs and beat people, but what else has he got? That cross from him, that pass, that ball. Yes, Lee Gunner would say it was a hit and hope. For me, if KDB plays that pass, if Messi plays that pass, if Odegaard plays that pass, we are all going, wow. And I'm not putting him on, he ain't nowhere near the level of any of those individuals at this moment in time in his career. But to do that 4 or 5 appearances into your career, that puts him on 3 GA in 3.5 games now since he made his debut.
He got 2 assists.
Yeah, 2 assists today. Very, very talented. And it was against Premier League opponents as well. What are you saying, Dizzy?
Bro, I'm not gonna lie. I love the kid. I don't know what it is about Argentinians, but I think we might need more of them because him and Martinez are slowly.
Replace some of the Brazilians that we got, and then
they can take Fred. But what's it? Yeah, it was a good game. I think the first half. Well, actually, no. When the lineup came out, I said in the little group chat thing, I don't like it. It gave me Oli PTSD vibes. You know what I'm saying? It was like literally everything I hated about the team last year, like come back to haunt us again. Fred was doing up cardio sessions in the first half. Donny van der Beek was ghosting in the midfield, touching the ball. I think was it 11 times in the first half he touched the ball, made 7 passes.
Yeah.
Something like that. So but when he made the changes, man, we came alive, and I'm happy we got the win, because I'm not gonna lie. People were saying that, they don't care about the Carabao Cup. I want to win it.
Yeah,
I want to win it. I don't think we're gonna win very much this season, so I want to win it.
We need to win something. It's been too long. Literally,
That's what
we're in Ian Beale settings, fam. We've got nothing left, so we need something. We need something. And
Thanks.
anyone who says that Manchester United shouldn't take this competition seriously, they're just trying to bait us into being trophyless again. Like, we have to take this competition seriously. We do.
And I'll say, I'm not gonna lie, I don't know if I want to see CR7 again, like at United. I love him so much, and it hurts my soul to say. I just need to love him from very far away, very very far away.
Basically, you don't want to see the decline. Like, if he was in France or Spain, you don't see the decline. Like, we've seen it right before our eyes.
All right, fair enough. Never mind. It was not my team, and I just need to love him from far away, bro. Because here he's hurting my soul, and he's done. Donny van de Beek, I don't need to see him again. Sancho needs to be worried, for real, because I'm not gonna like I said, I love him, I really do. But when it comes down to it, are you performing on the pitch? I can like the trim. I can like the tats. I can like the way you wear your socks and that, but are you performing on the pitch? If the answer's no, then I'm sorry, my G. You're going to have to hold bench or bon voyage, bro. I'll see you back at Dortmund or something. I don't know. But that's just the way it is. It's got to be cutthroat, especially when you're trying to get back to the top where United haven't been for so long.
Yeah, mate, you're absolutely spot on. And there is no room. There is absolutely no room for sentiment here from anybody at Manchester United. And it's funny, really, because I kind of praised Garnacho, and then what you get, and this is how I know Garnacho is looking good. You praise Garnacho, and then what you get from rivals is shots being fired at Sancho. And it's like, guys, I kind of get that Sancho's been bad, and people want to laugh at it, and people want to talk about it, blah 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 blah. However, for me, it's like, if I've got Garnacho that's coming in that's going to raise the standard, I don't care about Sancho. Yes, I care that we've wasted money on him. Of course I would. But I care about the team progressing. And listen, other clubs are similar to Man United as well. West Ham have this. Southampton love an academy player. Arsenal do. But it is we've had an academy player in our team, match day team, every single football match. I don't even know the years now. I think it's like 70 to 80 years, maybe even longer.
85 last week.
Something like 85 years we have one. Bringing players through into our first team is the part of the Man United DNA, as some other clubs have that DNA as well, when it's not exclusive to us. So seeing a kid come through the academy, as long as they are good enough to move the needle, there is a special feeling about this kid. And, he's obviously, I think he's born in Barcelona, but he's Argentinian. I think that's what it is. And by the way, I've heard commentators say Alessandro. I've heard Alejandro. Which one is it?
I would go Alejandro because of the jersey.
Alejandro. Okay, cool. Yeah. I've literally I've heard commentators say it different ways, and I'm like, there's been a few names out there like that. I've heard Malacia said about 7 different ways this season as well. But this kid is something.
That run that he did. If he had scored at the end of that, I was screaming Hazard vibes. I was gonna scream. I was gonna say nonsense in it. But now we do have a good player on our hands. And on Sancho, people are ready to write him off already. Let's not forget, his first season that he came in was probably the worst season any player could come into Manchester United as their first season.
The worst, not probably.
You know what I mean? Like, coming into that season was mad. Yeah. Coming into this season, we've got a new manager, new style of play, new way of trying to operate behind the scenes. As much as I want him to World Cup, take a look at yourself. Ask yourself what's going wrong. But to people to say to sell him in Jan, I'm like, take time, bro. There's still a player there. There's still options for him to play on the right hand side and compete with Anthony. Still options to play on the left and compete with whoever's on the left. So yeah, let's not write him off too far. But I'm just happy that we have options. What we started with.
On the options, not for nothing. If taking a look at the way we played first half, bro, our second options, they're not saying much at all. Fam. There wasn't a player on the pitch in the first half other than There wasn't a player in the first half of the game that's taking the claim to be a starter.
Yeah.
Dalot is excluded because he ain't even got a right back cover. So
Yeah, Dalot just had a bozo moment, but he has had a good season. I would say this: I look at Tyrone Malacia, and there's just so much rawness there. I can tell why we bought him. It's cover, but it's also this player is going to be great in 2 or 3 years' time, and that's fine. However, Luke Shaw is up to game, so for the short term, that's fine. But everybody else that started tonight, again, Martial got his goal. He's been he was okay. I thought he did okay tonight. Took his goal well. Rashford, when he moved in centrally, came alive, but he's kind of in and around the first team anyway. Bruno is Bruno. I know we've already mentioned Donny van der Sieck, as you're calling him. I really like that, and I'm not even trying to be rude about this cream puff. I'm really, really not. He has got to go, and in January, if I had my way, magic one time, Ronaldo, Maguire, Donny out. I still think you in salary saved and fees raised, you might even be able to raise collectively, 40-50 million pounds for all of them. Might be able to. You're definitely saving. You add up their wages, you're probably looking at about 700-800 grand a week. That's a lot of money back at the club. That then needs to be reinvested for me, because if we then went out and bought, I'm going to make some names up here of players that could be gettable. You went out and bought Yuri Tillemans as an example for the middle. You went out and got an Ivan Toney or a Mitrovic, or someone may not be the main star striker for the future, but someone that can come in and just get us some extra goals, change our style of play a little bit when we need to. Because obviously, the manager isn't adverse to sticking a bigger guy up front. He had Hilaire at Ajax last week. He put Maguire up front for a reason. It didn't work because he's not very good, but you can imagine he'd like to go to a target man at times. So listen, let's get rid of those players. Let's keep developing them. But for what Garnacho has done, brilliant.
You say Maguire out ASAP?
Yeah,
Maguire, I'd move him on. Again, we've got to be able to find a replacement. There has to be someone that can come in and replace him. So that's got to be doable. But that's what I'm saying idealistically, because every time he comes on this football pitch, we perform worse. We also need to add a midfielder because Donny can't move the needle at all. I would rather have Eriksen play in those higher central roles if you're going to give Bruno a rest or move Bruno elsewhere. And we need another midfielder because when you play McFred, there's problems for us. Eriksen deserves credit when he came on because he moved that needle a little bit. However, he's been making mistakes recently because he's a player he's a high percentage player. He plays those passes that are trying to cut an edge. So you're going to lose the ball a lot. The problem is when you're deeper and you're losing the ball a lot, it's dangerous. So I want him in a more advanced role where it's needed. You know what I mean? So maybe it's more of a Ruben Neves that you go for. Because Ruben Neves now, next to a Casemiro that does a lot of the dog work, imagine that. That guy ain't losing the ball as regularly. He can feed that ball into those areas. I mean, we're not going to get De Jong. We know that. Barcelona definitely won't weaken their squad before they play us. But there's a lot of options out there. I want to go to some more of these super chats here. Malacia was very good. I thought it was good today. I thought it was good. I would say good would be where I would put it. Why did you on purpose not read my super chat? What BS? I definitely read out your super chat, bro, because I was talking about it. I 100% read your super chat out because
No, this one.
Oh, this one. I haven't got to it yet then, my friend. Lancho turned out to be a bigger flop than Pepe. Listen, cool. I'm more than happy to take that. And the reason I'm happy to take that is because I've been saying for years, the irony is this. You'll be one of the same fans that will tell me not to hate on the Glazers because they spend money, but then laugh at flop players that we've bought. The amount of flops we've had in the last decade is the reason I don't like the Glazers. I got into this debate with a journalist the other day who was going to come on the terrace for the 100 grand challenge. He was all ready to go. And then in the private conversation, he was like, so I'm just going to come on and school you. I went, okay, about how they spend money and you're still annoyed. It goes, but it's the wasting of the money that's the problem. And then I sent him some clips of my videos where I'm speaking about the wasting of the money that's the problem. And he hasn't responded back since, and he didn't come on the show. It made me laugh. It really, really did. Garnacho, the next Ronaldo.
Slow down, fam.
Yes, slow. Come on. Slow. Hold your horses. Because Ronaldo is he may not see some people's number one. He's in the top 2 for some people, but he's certainly in the top 5 greatest footballers ever. So no one right now. There's no one in the world that's next Ronaldo right now or next Messi, in my opinion.
No, not
But
close.
what he could be is a top player for Manchester United. And what I love is he goes inside and out, and that's rare to be able to go both sides. You know, Rashford always wants to cut in, Sancho always wants to cut in, Anthony always wants to cut in. You need to have that balance in your team where someone's willing to go on the outside more because it keeps that fullback guessing a lot more. Sorry, rewatch it. This is the Bailey thing. Rewatch it. He's looking at his knee when he kicks.
Yeah, no, that was a red card. I don't care what anyone says. That should have been a red. If that was VAR, I think they would have pulled out to a red card because you can't studs up above the shin pads, kick out after in a violent way. Like, nah, it was a red. It was a red. I love Bailey as well, but that was a red card.
Yeah, he's more like Kanchelskis. I get what you mean by that. It is a bit, but Garnacho like an old-fashioned winger. He wants to. Do you know what it is? I don't want him to lose what he does. I really like him. I really like. There's lots of wingers in the Premier League or inside forwards, whatever you want to call them. That I like. I like Saka. I like Martinelli. I think they're talented footballers. I like Rashford. Who are the other ones I really quite like? You know, Jack Grealish, very talented footballer. Foden can play in that role. But what I like about Garnacho, he reminds me of Mahrez. As in, Mahrez likes to dribble at players. And we haven't had, I can't remember the last time we had a good player who likes to dribble at people. I don't remember that. Nani, yeah. Giggs.
Probably the last one.
Literally Giggs. Like, I can't remember. We just.
No. When on form, Anthony Martial.
Martial can run at people, yeah. But I look at this guy a little bit different. Martial's, there was a bit of skill in there, but a lot of it was like pace. This kid's, there's just those step overs, a little. There's actual skill in there as well. Like, I know Martial's got skill, but you know my point.
Yeah.
I will say, even though he was terrible in the first half, that save by Scott off the line with the license to go forward is actually your weapon. Yeah, Scott's just not a deep line playmaker. He can't do it, especially with Fred next to him. And when he went further forward, he was better. But I tweeted saying Fred and McTominay infuriate me on the ball. And I had a Spurs fan go, but he just cleared the ball off your line. It's like, yeah, I didn't say, hey, like, yeah.
No. Honestly, I'm actually here for emergency striker Scott McTominay because he used to do that as a kid anyway. So you see how he hit the crossbar? Flip it. That would have been a finish.
He ain't got a bad strike on him. I'm an Arsenal fan, but this Garnacho kid is the truth. When the source is here, you can see it, you can smell it. No if, buts, or maybes. He brings the heat. He does, bro. And listen, I appreciate you being honest about that, my friend, because he does. And he does. He just does. He just does. He's special.
I will never be that honest about Arsenal players. I'm so
sorry. No. I will. He actually reminds me a little bit of Saka when he first came through as well.
Bro, I almost left. Okay.
Why are you upset? You're telling me Saka didn't have the similar kind of.
I'm not telling you anything. Next super chat.
Hater, bro. Hater.
Bro, Arsenal fan. I don't do the Arsenal loving. Nah, we ain't doing that. No, sir.
All right, Terry, did you see this, by the way?
Yeah, Speed went to the game. And I did feel sorry for him, and then I realized how much money he makes, so therefore I don't really care. Like, if this was some kid that saved up for 5 years to come over to England to be able to watch him, I'd be like, listen, we've got to do a whip round. But this, I swear, someone told me he earns about $100,000 a month just on Twitch or something. So I'm like, I don't care. Yeah. And he probably got paid by a brand to come over. So yeah, I have no sympathy. Although the guy's funny. Like, the guy comes out with some madness.
They showed him on Sky Sports. Like, he got his own little shot on Sky Sports. When he got put on the big screen, he was going crazy. I was like, this kid is mad. This kid is absolutely.
He was with Paddy Curran in that. He had no idea who he was. He was like David Beckham in there.
He's kind of like he's one of the. It's funny, when I was in the States a few years ago, there was these lads I was chatting to. They do not understand football, as in like they never watched the actual game. They don't know who any real footballers are, barring the guys that you would see on the box of FIFA, because they played FIFA and were quite good at it. So there are generations of people out there now. Their only understanding of football is playing computer games. But I was a bit like that. I used to play ice hockey games as a kid. I quite liked them, but that was my understanding of ice hockey, was playing computer games. Like, So there must be like Americans and Canadians and people from other parts of the world where football isn't the biggest sport that they only understand football from playing FIFA. It's a madness. Dion Dublin to Leicester. Cool. Thank you. Speed's idol is Ronaldo. He saved up to see him.
Yeah.
He saved up to see him. Do you know how much money Speed is making, bro?
He saved up to.
He did. Yeah, the guy probably flew over here first goddamn class. Like he didn't save up. This kid already made me forget MG. Well, that's the beauty of football. Football is football fans are fickle. You know, it's the thing is though, the reason I'm really happy as well, by the way, the draw's coming out now. Wolves home versus, I don't know what's number 6. That's going to be Wolves versus Gillingham in the 4th round. So we're going to do the draw now, people. We're going to do the draw with you.
I think we're behind as well. So like,
so let's just have a little look here.
Chat, please, chat. Just leave us be. Let us
leave us
watch
to do this. I think that was the first one out anyway.
Yeah.
So this, I want to be at home. Number 14 is, I don't have any list. That's Southampton away. So it'll be Southampton away if your name comes out now. I just don't want to go to Liverpool or you've got to remember as well, those are people are out. I just don't want Southampton number 8. That's against Southampton Lincoln. See, that's who I want. I want to be at home to a club like Lincoln.
Like Lincoln, yeah, thanks.
Exactly. They're taking a long time to draw these balls out. You know, you're just like, right, just do it like this. Keep going. Stop chatting. Just get the draw done. Peter Schmeichel's pulled out number
found the draw.
2. Blackburn. I'll go away to Blackburn. I'd go away to.
Yeah, why not? They got funny accents up there, and why not?
Number 13, Nottingham Forest. Oh God! Do you know what? The more these small teams keep coming out, the more nervous I get.
We're gonna get, but guarantee we get
City or Liverpool away. City or Liverpool away. We're gonna get 110%. Do you know the worst part about it is I don't know what balls we are. So
we're number 10, I think.
Okay, number 12 has just come out. That's Newcastle away. Don't want this. Don't want Newcastle away. It's gonna be us. Well, this
is good. Yeah.
You know, I'd rather this than one of the other boys.
Who are the teams even left in this thing?
No, Liverpool and City
number 1.
The
they got Bournemouth.
Oh, we're getting Liverpool or City.
We're gonna get Liverpool. We are gonna get Liverpool or City.
100%.
Come on, gents. They used to do this thing when they draws, where they have the numbers on the side of the screen, so everyone knew. Right,
yeah,
number 10's come out. Number 10 has come out. So that is Manchester City.
Manchester. I got that wrong. Okay, I got that wrong.
So we'll be number 11 then, won't we? I assume if they've done it in alphabetical order. That's and against number 9, which is Liverpool. It's City Liverpool. It's City Liverpool.
Yes. Let's go. Baby.
This is why you want to be in the tournament, though, because one of them's now going out. And theoretically, you get to the 5th round. And do you know what I'm saying? Right.
Yeah.
There's 4 left. There's 4 left. Man United are left.
Yeah.
Come on, number 10. Come on, Peter Schmeichel. Pull out number 10. Sorry, 11. Number 16's just come out. That is Man United. That's us. We're out. We're at home. We are at home.
Okay. Here we go.
We're at home.
Who's flipping left?
Well, no big boys. Number 4,
Burnley.
We got Burnley. Yes, Burnley. We're in the 5th round. We're in the 5th round, people. 5th round. Here we come.
Screw Burnley. I love me a bit of Burnley.
Who's their manager? It's not Sean Dyche no more. Who's the manager?
Yeah, it's company, bro. It's company. This is what I mean. I'm conflicted.
Wait, is Vincent company?
Yeah. I'm conflicted. I hate Burnley, but it's Big Vincent, bro.
Number 11 from MK Dons. See, this is what I want to happen now, boys. Win this game, and then I don't want City and Liverpool later. I want them at home in the next round, because if we play them at Old Trafford, we've got far more chance of beating them than like a 2-legged semi-final or at the final. But this is open now. MK Dons versus Leicester has just come out. Final 2 now to be drawn. Oh, that's a big one. And by the way, that's City versus Liverpool 2 days after the World Cup finishes. 3 days after the World Cup finishes.
That's
brutal. But you know what's good about the Burnley game? I said this earlier. So a lot of people, it says Charlton Brighton. Oh, good draw for Brighton. That Charlton Brighton in the last game. What I like about that is this though: we won't play our first team, but there'll be a few on the bench. It means that some players can get the cobwebs blown out their legs before the return of the Premier League. if we'd have got City or Liverpool or Newcastle, you'd have to have played a strong team against Championship Burnley. I know it's Vincent Company there now. They play a different brand of football, but we could beat them with the team that played tonight. We could beat them with the team that played tonight.
I don't know.
Oh, come on.
Wait, sorry, Burnley.
Aston Villa are better than Burnley.
Yeah, no, they are, but at the same time,
But,
bro.
here's the thing,
these are top of the table Burnley with like just the cup gas. You know what cup gas does to these small teams, man.
I wouldn't even say that. I would say the second string, the Ollie survivors.
The Ollie tribute.
Surviving Ollie. Surviving Ollie, you know.
They play to whatever competition, whoever we're playing.
So if they're bad, they're also bad. Yeah. Because remember, these man got knocked out by Derby. Them man got taken to the death by Rochdale. Like, this is what I mean. I'm happy I got Burnley, but I'm not gonna sit and act. It's like bang, clean. You know what I mean?
No, listen. We could have got. There's a lot worse teams we could have got. We avoided Newcastle. I don't want Newcastle. I don't want City or Liverpool right now. Like, I don't want that. You don't want that game because this competition's open. It's a fourth round. You know, by the end of this, you go down to the last 8 teams, and who knows who's left. It literally, if we go through, honestly, the only teams that really worry me that would be left in this competition are going to be City or Liverpool, Newcastle. Leicester are coming back into form, but literally there's going to be after this round, there's going to be 2 teams left in it that are conceivably able to beat Man United this year, that are better than us or on level. Newcastle have been very good this year. Let's not deny them. And I want to win the trophy. And I said before, like when we won the FA Cup with LVG, taking nothing away from him, all the big teams knocked each other out. The biggest team we played was Everton in the semis. Like, I don't care how you win it. If we got to a final without playing anybody big, and then you end up with Southampton in the final again, I'm taking that shit. I'm taking that. Win that trophy, end the drought, build some confidence, and have a successful season.
Yeah,
Brighton are good. But again, if I play Brighton, like I think we play Brighton
again. If we play Brighton again now, we're getting a different result than start of the season.
Again, I agree. Listen, Leicester and Brighton can beat Man United. Of course they can, but I'm not worried about them. That's the difference. There's only 3 teams left in this that I go, I don't want. And that's Newcastle, Liverpool, and City. And 2 of them are playing each other. Then what you want in the next round is Newcastle at home to City or Liverpool. So then another one goes out. And then it's like, all right, that's what I want. But listen, happy with tonight. Of course, standard. We know it is. See, Garnacho is trending everywhere right now. Absolutely everywhere right now. This boy is trending.
Does he have a song yet?
Out, Terry, of the final fixtures. I've got them.
Oh yeah. Put that up for us, then we'll share them so everybody can put it up so we can show everybody on this on the show tonight. On the show tonight.
Yeah, Garnacho needs a song if he doesn't already have one.
He'll get one soon. Don't worry about that.
Like we've given songs to worse, fam. Honestly.
my boy Alanga's got one. So if he can have one, so can Alejandro in it. So
Alanga, you know.
Thanks.
Boy, listen, you know the rules when I'm on stream. No Alanga slander. No Alanga slander.
Yeah.
I have it in text form, Terry. I can't put it on the screen, but I can read it out and put it into the chat.
Oh, you got it in text. Okay, yeah, cool. Put it into the chat, and then we can put it up that way. No problems at all. Any questions for us? Yeah, they're the fixtures are up there on the bottom, so you can see. Any questions for the mini panel tonight, people? Let us know. Any thoughts, any feelings? Get them in now, or forever hold your peace. Remember, Top 6 show tomorrow night live from the studio, so make sure you're all tuning in. That'll be from 6:30. We've got a great panel on tomorrow as well, so there'll be lots to talk about, scream about, and shout about, most likely, especially after so many teams dropped out of cup competitions this week. I can't wait to speak to Patrick as well. It's going to be fun.
I'm just happy we got through, so none of the other ones that got out can laugh at us for not going through. You know what I mean?
And you know they would have done. They
literally they saw 2-1. They're like, yes, we're not in the mud. We're not the only ones in the mud. They was licking their lips, rubbing their hands. As soon as that third one went in,
100%. I mean, I was kind of in this mood earlier, like yesterday when they went out. I was kind of happy because I was like, this opens up our chances of winning. That's literally what I was happy about. And everyone I think most people feel like that when those kind of things happen or whatever. But then there was this element of me that was kind of like, I started then to get nervous. Do you know what I mean? I then started to get nervous because I was like, oh, but what if we go out? Like, what if it's all good me being happy right now, but what if we end up going out as well? We're going to look rather stupid, like bantering it and whatever else. So yeah, just happy.
It'd be nice to see Ronaldo lift something. Well, no, will he still be here? Nah, probably not, right?
Nah. If he leaves in Jan in the finals in February, if we get there, so like he wouldn't even
the
be
World
here for
Cup.
the
Damn, I
final.
forgot about because it's usually done by December, isn't it?
No, the Carabao Cup is done in February, bruv.
Oh, it's always Feb.
It's always Feb.
February, March.
my bad.
Normally like February, March-ish. It's normally in and around those times. Depends on what's going on. But it's such a weird season. I think the semis are only one leg again as well this year, I read. I think.
Oh, isn't it?
Where they used to be two legs. I think
that's going to be very good. That's very
Salah
good.
versus Cyborg is
Question about the Carabao Cup. Obviously, Igal was being salty by not wanting to win it and stuff, blah, 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 or saying it's not important to win, blah, blah, blah. What if teams in Europe, teams who qualify for Europe that season or in Europe that season, do not participate in the Carabao Cup? So basically, 7th or 6th below or 8th below are in the Carabao Cup, and in the top 7 or whoever is in Europe that season don't play. What do you think of
that? I get it, but I think from my point of view, I said it last night. Like, I kind of understand. Like, some people feel like, my team isn't good enough to compete on all fronts, or we can't do this, we can't do that. I still want to be in it. I still want to be in it, and I still want to be. I still want my club to try and win it. Does that make sense? Like, I want to be in this tournament. I want to try and win it because my overall aim is for Man United to be in a position where we can win all these tournaments. And the irony in it is this: people saying our squad isn't good enough to go on and win it and deep enough. You look at the teams that are left in this, like, it should be a couple of additions in January, and your squad can look really different. I'd want to be in the tournament, and I do understand the logic from fans. Well, like Spurs fans saying we want to focus on top 4. But imagine, you throw last night's game away, but then you miss out on the top 4 anyway. You could have been in this tournament. What if Arsenal easily qualify for the top 4, but slightly fall away from the title race over the next like 10 to 12 games, which is plausible if they win 8, draw 2, lose 2, but City win 12 on the bounce. Suddenly, then you're thinking, oh, we could have, we're like 15 points, 20 points clear of making the top 4. What if we were still in the Carabao Cup? Like, I think that's where I know ahead of time, it's very easy to say, yeah, I'd rather be out of it because of where you might end up being, but who knows where you're going to be. And I think that I also like the Carabao Cup because it is a great opportunity to rotate players in. And remember Fergie saying he used to enjoy it because he did want to win it, but he also needed to keep his squad players fresh because those squad players become very important in the latter stages of the Premier League season. And if you've got a player, let's just say Scott McTominay, that has not kicked a ball properly for a month, and then suddenly a player gets a knock and he's got to come into a game, he's coming in flat-footed. He's coming in cold. Where if you've been playing in Europa League games, if he's been playing in League Cup games, FA Cup games, at least there's some rhythm to his play. And that's kind of been forgotten, but all the top managers used to speak about that in terms of the importance of doing that and the development of players, getting them ready for the first team as well. So I think it's important to be in it personally.
And more so happy and feeling like a part of the squad. I can imagine it's tough for like players to show up to training and give it their 100% if they know that no matter what comes, they're not playing because this game is too important. You know what I mean? Whereas giving players an opportunity like a game like today where it's like, it's not the end of the world if we lose, but try to go out and win and show what you're about type thing. Keep them happy, keep them feeling involved, like they're part of the squad. If I was a Wolves fan, 100%, I'm with that suggestion 1,000%. Because obviously I want all the big teams out of it. But from a United fan, I want to win everything. I'm not going to lie to you. I want to win every game possible.
You know what? Yeah, I like it. I like the Carabao Cup just for the fact that I like games. Like I'm a person that more games theoretically helps your team gel better, like especially if you're in transition or you got like Terry said, fringe players and stuff. So yeah, I actually don't mind the Carabao Cup. I like the fact that we have 2 domestic competitions instead of 1. But yeah, man, like people saying they don't want to be in it or like, oh, because I'm not desperate to win it, I'm not gonna be upset when we lose it. But bruv, when we got knocked out by Derby, I was vexed. You know what I mean? When we got knocked out by City in the semi-finals 2 years in a row, vexed. You know what I mean? So
You look at the situation with didn't the Liverpool and Arsenal League Cup games get moved last year because of COVID problems? I swear one of them got moved. And Arsenal fans were livid because they felt at that time they had a great opportunity to win that game and they would have gone through to a final.
Yeah,
so
they wanted Liverpool to be disqualified because I think they were fit and ready to play.
Yeah. Now I look at it this way. I understand that it becomes far more exciting from the semi-finals onwards, but I feel like that to a degree about the Champions League. It only really becomes exciting to me the last group game if somebody might go out, or the knockout stages. And even with the knockout stages, some games are really good first leg, but sometimes it takes until the second leg of the knockout stages for the game to get really exciting. So it's kind of like you could make that argument about a lot of cup
Europa League too.
Europa League, same. Even the early rounds of the FA Cup can sometimes be boring if there's no juicy fixtures. You know, when you've got all the top 6 teams playing minnows, you very rarely get massive shocks, and it's like, oh, it's going to be a boring weekend. There's going to be, because as rivals, you like to see your rivals get challenged and get beat. But the point is, if you don't win those early rounds, you don't ever make the exciting part of the tournament. You can't get to the exciting bit unless you win the earlier rounds. So it becomes a little bit of almost like an oxymoron comment. Like, I only like this tournament when we get to the semis, then I love it. Well, if you don't get through those early rounds you don't love, you can't ever get to the bit that you like. It doesn't make sense to me. Do you know what I'm saying? It's just it doesn't. What I think it is from a lot of fans, it is mental gymnastics to pretend they're not upset they went out or not upset they lost. And you know, it's been going on for ages. I've never really believed it because when you've been around match-going fans, you see it. That's why, you know, when the goals went in last night, I didn't see Arsenal fans cheer at the ground. Do you know what I mean? Like, I don't think I kind of get that. Okay, well, we've got bigger fish to fry. Like, they're not going to be crying today, Gooners. Not as hard as Tottenham fans who need to win something. But there we go.
And not for nothing, unless you're City, Liverpool, and if you win it, it matters. That's the top and bottom of it. The minute you win it, now it matters to you. United, obviously, because of where we've been in the last 5 years, but currently, right now, City and Liverpool are the only 2 teams I can say, we're not really bothered because they've been winning pretty much everything for the last 5 years.
Who knocked out City last year as well? Was it Chelsea?
Didn't City win it?
No, Liverpool won the Carabao Cup last year.
Oh shit, yeah.
So because they're obviously the Carabao Cup is basically City's cup, man. They've won it 4 or 5 times, like in the last how many years? So yeah, we need them gone.
I saw a comment come out and say, Terry, but Man United sacked LVG for winning a cup and not getting into the top 4. Cool. And we're advocating and celebrating how the Glazers run Man United. Like what way round do you put that? So I understand it isn't just about winning trophies. It's about both. I want Champions League qualification. I want trophies. And then what I want my team to develop into is a team that can win the league. Now, if Man United, though, felt that Ten Hag was developing the team to a point where it was going to challenge for the title, then you keep him. Equally, if Arteta was to completely collapse this season, end up finishing 5th, but win the FA Cup, I think they'd sack him. That wouldn't be enough by itself. But when your team's progressing and getting better, why not win trophies along the way? Like that's my point. And I get the example of LVG, but equally using one of the poorest run top teams in the world for the past decade as an example of why winning trophies doesn't matter. That, for me personally, like it doesn't sit. It doesn't sit for me, but there we go. Boys, I appreciate you all coming on. Make sure the like buttons are being smashed. Make sure you're subscribing to the Football Terrace. It's very important to us that you do that. But until next time, everybody, take care of yourselves. Goodbye. God bless.